Welcome back. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on YouTube.com/channelsweb, you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser, or just download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows devices from their respective stores. Now, besides giving you access to news updates, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature with which you can share pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. To security now, the Catholic Diocese of Makurdi is demanding adequate security for lives and property in Nigeria, especially with the killing of 2 priests and 17 parishioners by suspected herdsmen on Tuesday in Benue State. The Chancellor of Makurdi Diocese, Reverend Father Jude Orese, made the call while conveying a message of the Church to the federal government. The Chancellor, while recounting the spate of coordinated attacks in Gwe East, Guma, and Gwe West on Tuesday alone, asked President Muhammadu Buhari to live up to expectations and help stop the killing.
What I am telling the President, and indeed all those who are in the position of leadership in this country, is that they should do what they're elected to do. They should discharge their responsibility. And primarily, as I mentioned, it is protection of human life and property. We never stop to say this until that is done the way it is supposed to be. The people are being killed every day. Just after the event of yesterday morning, where we are talking about the priest was killed alongside other persons, just the same yesterday, we heard of another attack in the other part of the town, and then also we heard of another attack earlier this morning. So the point is that this is too much. This is too much. If we have a government in place, let the government act. This is too much. So we appeal to the federal government to do what is needful. Protect the persons. We are not subscribing to people acquiring arms to defend themselves.
In the southwest, residents and motorists and other road users around Apapa Port community in Lagos State have been expressing their relief following the decongestion of the roads used to be held by gridlock. While they ask whatever is done to achieve the free flow is sustained, the Nigerian Navy is warning truck drivers who don't have any business on the roads to steer clear. The commander of the NNS Beecroft states that the root cause is beyond poor access but indiscipline by motorists. He's assuring residents to ensure that the present state of the road is not only sustained, but also made better.
For some years now, Apapa in Lagos has been synonymous with gridlock, a situation that has not only slowed down economic activities, but also forced some residents and business owners to relocate to other parts of the state. Some of them blame the gridlock on the poor state of infrastructure, but the Nigerian Navy disagrees.
We discovered that many of the people who were on the bridges, they just took advantage of the confusion and disorderliness that reigns supreme in that place on the bridges, and just sat down there waiting for business.
The situation seems to be changing gradually in some parts of the community, but not without the efforts of both private individuals and government.
We design an authorization, so to speak, by way of call-up card, and endorse it and give to them so that it can distinguish them from those who are not supposed to move, who should wait for normal clearance to proceed.
This is a great relief to road users who are asking for it to be extended to other parts of the community.
We thought that it was an impossible mission, but when they started, we discovered that it was made possible. It makes me to believe that every problem in life has a solution. Though it is not an uhuru yet. It is not over until it is over.
We have been suffering for a very long time in this ugly situation. But as you can see, by the special grace of God, He uses His people, the task force comprising Navy, police, and others, to liberate us from this shackle.
This respite has now left the once gridlock-prone area free of traffic, but motorists, residents and other road users expect this intervention to be sustained.
Elsewhere in the South, the Department of Petroleum Resources is calling on oil marketers yet to renew their operational licenses to do so in the coming days or face sanctions, as the department sets to embark on Operation Show Your License or No Operation to filling stations. According to the department, the grace period of 5 months given to operators to do the renewal elapsed on the 31st of March and is set to shut down airing stations. The DPR Operations Controller in charge of Cross River State, Mr. Abasi Kanga, announced the measure at a joint meeting with the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria and major oil marketers.
A letter was written to IPMAN chairman and the major marketers chairman, reminding them that the renewal season has commenced and that they should start their renewal. The renewal is now online. We in all the meetings we've had, about 4 meetings, we have hammered on the need for them to renew their licenses. Some of them have obliged, but some have not. And we even gave a grace period from January 1st to March 31st. And some of them came forward to renew. Some have bluntly refused to. There are some of them that we've discovered that for the past 5 years or 6, they've not renewed their license.
Also in the South, over 100 communities were represented as ex-militants protested in Delta State over jobs given to them in the amnesty program. Under the aegis of host communities of Nigeria, they laid siege to the Egbema Warri office of the Heritage Operational Energy Services Limited, operators of OML 30 oil field, threatening to resume hostilities. They allege that a non-governmental agency is making plans to take over the pipeline surveillance jobs given to them by the company. The protesters arrive in a line of buses as they march straight to the premises of the Warri office of the Heritage Operational Energy Services Limited. An argument ensues between them and security operatives who try to prevent and dissuade them from carrying out their protest. Carrying placards with various inscriptions, they chant songs of solidarity, blocking all entry and exit routes, preventing vehicular movement, threatening to resume hostilities in the state, beginning with the OML 30 facilities if their requests are ignored. The chairman of the third phase of the Presidential Amnesty Program, on behalf of the youth, expressed discontent over various allegations of inhumane activities of the operators of the lease.
We don't want any contractor from any place to come from outside country, from Ecuador, to come and take our job here, because we are the indigenous of that community. We the indigenous, we have to control our sourcing. We don't want to go back to bush again.
Some minutes later, an official of the company walks down to calm the protesters, promising that their concerns will be looked into. As they disperse, they leave with the assurance that their issues will be resolved, giving the concerned parties coming together to resolve those issues to prevent them from carrying out their threat. The army parades vandals in Ikorodu, Lagos State. That's next on News Across Nigeria.